Okay, so I have the number 1 setting set up, and it is in between these two beads on the top, right? So you're going to go all the way across and go in between these two beads on the bottom. So that's going to be your number 2 spot. Your number 3 spot that you're going to go up is in between these two beads right there. See, it's in between those two beads. And then your number 4 spot is going to go in between those two beads. Now, where does your number 5 go, and how do you work it and figure it out? Well, you go back to where your number 1 spot is, except you're going to go 1 diagonal stitch up on this side. So you're 1 diagonal stitch up to the right. And then you're going to go just straight up, 1 diagonal stitch down. Your number 7 spot, I like to think of these as quadrants. So here's quadrant 1, here's a quadrant, here's 1, here's 1, and here's 1. So there's 4 quadrants. And you're going to stay in this quadrant. You're going to go up in the same quadrant that you went down in. So we went down right there, right? So we're going to come up in that same quadrant, except we're going to keep moving inward 1 to make a triangle. If you hear noise, that's Isabel playing with beads. So that's where you're going to come up for number 7. And then you're just going to go straight across and go diagonal. See, it's diagonal, it's because you're making a triangle. And you're going to stay in that quadrant to come up. So there you are, you're in the same quadrant, you're just on the diagonal, right? And you just keep doing that until all of the spots are filled. So there's that one, and now you just go over to this one. Diagonal from there. And you just go straight across. You stay in this one. And you go 1 more diagonal. Right there, see? And you're just going to go straight across. Only 1 diagonal down. And then you're going to go up in that same one, and that quadrant is going to be filled. Right? That quadrant is now all filled up. So then you're going to go straight across and go 1 diagonal. And then you're going to go up in the same one, which is just the next one. And now all of that quadrant is filled. So you're going to go straight down. Oops, sorry. And you're going to go up in this same quadrant. And all of that is filled. And then you just go over, and there's 1 hole just right here. And that's going to be your last hole that you go down. And that is going to be your last spot. So there you have the upright Norwich stitch. And then we're going to go up and we're going to do the square Norwich stitch, which is the center square block, which is this one right here. Okay, so we have our number 1 spot set up here. So our number 2 is going to go one diagonal from where this bead is placed on the corner, one diagonal up from where that bead is placed, and one diagonal down from where that bead is placed on the corner. So that is your X, and then to go to where number 5 would be, which is going up, you're just going to go back to where number 1 was, only one stitch to the right. And you're just going to make an X. Except you're going to go down here because you're going to be making a square, right? Because it's the square Norwich. So you're going to stay on this line and go one stitch above where this X is, right there. And you just go straight across and one stitch over. And you're just going to stay on that same line that you're going down. You're going to go up on the same line that you came down in. And you go down here. And you're staying on that same line. One stitch down. And now we have all that covered. So now we're going to go over to the next one, which is the third hole in, and the third hole down, third hole up from the top, like that. And you're just going back and forth and back and forth until you fill all the holes. Now it gets a bit tricky when you get to the end, which I will show you. Sorry, it's going in and out of zoom. As you can see, my fabric is not tight. But it's not tight for a purpose because I have the beads on it, right? So I don't want to do it up drum tight like you can on these quantum frames. So anyway, back to what we're doing. But that's why it's going in and out of zoom, because when I zoom into you, then it's going out of focus. Okay, so that's the third one there. Then we're going to go over here. Okay. Okay. And you're staying on this line. You're going to notice that there's only one hole left there. So we'll come back to that.
Mom. Yeah, I made.
Very nice.
Look, I made serious necklace. It's beautiful.
And then
And he's been a trinket.
okay, so I'm coming up here, and then there's going to be one stitch left there, and you're going to come down here and go up here. There's going to be one stitch left. And you're going to go down where there's 2 stitches, so this is your down. Oops, I got a knot. And then you're going to go up in the last hole there. There you go. Focus, focus. There we go. And you're going to go down here. So seeing there's no holes left, right, you're going down. You're going to come up in and this last hole up in the top, right? And you're going to go down. Okay, so you went up here and then you went down here. Now you're coming up, you're going all the way across over here. And you're going to go down the middle up the top.
Mom, can you help me fill my apple?
And then you're going to go up in the middle here. In the middle right there. And go down here, which is a shared, it's a shared spot. So, and there you have your Norwich square stitch. Square Norwich stitch. So guys, that's it for my specialty stitches for Esther's Wave. As soon as I'm done this and the Jessica stitch, it will be finished. So as soon as that is done, I will show you guys and reveal the piece in its completion. So until next time, happy stitching. Bye!